And we're back. Happy Friday, folks. You've made it to the end of the week. Hope you lot and your loved ones in your personal lives have had a great week so far. And hopefully it's a great weekend for only Arsenal. Every other team, that's your business. I know there's obviously, as an Arsenal fan, you're focused on Sunderland. You've probably got an eye on Sunday's game where Liverpool versus City. My thoughts are I think City are going to win that, if I'm brutally honest with you. But we just need to kind of just do our job. And you know what? Obviously, we're top of the Premier League. It's not done yet. Pardon me, we're still in the Champions League, FA Cup, we're still in it, and we've got a final to look forward to in March. That being said, that's over with now. Well, it's not over with, but focus on that next month. Right now, it's back to business mode. Anyone that thinks we're just going to, well, Sunderland are going to just rock up here and roll over, you're in for a sad mistake. We all know how good they've been performing this season. They're actually in with a shout of maybe getting a European place in some capacity. You know, many ignorant fans like myself had them to go straight back down. Little did we know what they were brewing. We obviously remember how the first game went. It's an important couple of days, man. You know, it's a quick turnaround from the second leg. We've played a lot of games. Sunderland in great form. Can't look beyond Sunderland, but next Thursday you've obviously got Brentford. The Wolves game has been pushed forward. Before you blink and you know it, before you blink, we've got a North London derby. Then you've got Chelsea again on the 1st of March. By then we will know who we're playing in the Champions League. So yeah, the good times are not here yet. Well, the good times are here, but it needs to turn into greatness. We're going to go over Mikel Arteta's press conference. How are we feeling about everything, people? BR, Sadiq, Nathan, appreciate you. Gooner channel, appreciate you. Claudius, appreciate you. Pot, even though you got a nose pierce. And BG, big up yourselves. As they've all said, smash the like button and talk to me. All right, Unks is in the building as well. Shout out American Gooner. Big up, nephew. Come on, you Gunners. Big 3 points for my team tomorrow. You said it then. There's no introduction needed. T, salute right back at yourself. This guy, Hamzino, I swear to you, if I ever find you, I'm on you, because this guy and all them United fans, they had a field day when obviously we lost to them, but it's all, it's all fun and games. DG talking smoke today. Don't let me get mad with the clips. Get mad with the clips, but I just want the same energy. Because you see the same way my shouts didn't bang. When they do bang, we need that as well, man. I don't know why DG entertains them Man United delusional sausage fest. I mean, it's just football, isn't it? Rance my guy, man. I might disagree with him in that, but like that's what makes football. And I just like doing content with Reds, isn't it? He's one of the real ones in YouTube. And again, I'm not friends with these guys, but I've got a lot of admiration for Rance. Not his football team. Well, actually his football team. Not his footballing opinions. And not the Peckham Reds. But yeah, you get where I'm going. Shout out Rance. Good evening. Who's still Arteta in here? Ozzy Yanch, bro. I mean, surely the whole Arteta, you're allowed to have your thoughts about Mikel Arteta, but surely that has to be parked off until May. Right now, we're in the wars, isn't it? Like, there will be uncomfortable conversations that need to be had if and when that time comes. Right now, we're in the war, innit? And I don't see, it might get clips, it might be a great echo chamber, but I just don't see why that's the talking point at this moment in time. Like, I don't necessarily rate all of the players that play for my football club. I'm quite fond of Mikel Arteta. I think some people are Mikel Arteta apologists. I'm not kind of on this. Some of my friends are on this. If Arteta doesn't win trophies, we're persisting with him type of thing. I'm not necessarily that far, but it's a waste of time talking about that, if I'm honest. Man said all sorts of shirts off, this guy. I'm on to you for life, bro. Because you bantered me, and then I realized you grown man with a nose piercing. You can't draw me out. Claudius, one love, run up the likes. Are you going to the final? It's not looking likely, man. You know, obviously you could go through an official source. I don't think the red membership thing is going to try that. I tried to use my sources. I tried to get involved with my Wembley contact. I tried to talk to season ticket holders. It's looking like a myth, man. I might even try the City angle, becoming a City member and seeing where that goes. I've been to a final when we won, when I was in the rivals seats and whatnot. I don't really want to do that, man, but I'd love to be there. It's looking unlikely, man. If not, we'll be sat here doing a watch along for that, and I'll be in a suit, in which we better win, in it, because I can already see the draw outs, man. I could already see the draw outs. 100% friendly fire. It's all entertainment, man. Would you rotate tomorrow, go for the strongest lineup? Gooner, I think you got to go the strongest lineup, man. You could be a bit cute and clever with slight rotations, but I don't want rotations for rotation's sake. Like, we're fast approaching results business, and obviously we've done all right this season. We had that 3-game cluster where we kind of messed about. It was all doom and gloom against United. Obviously, we beat Leeds. We got some wins on the road. The sentiment's a bit better. Other teams have dropped points. I think the strongest team has to go out there, man. If I share my screen with you guys, what would my 11 be? I'd go, if it's up to me, which is not, obviously, remove you. I mean, the back five's a non-story, is it? Or is it really? I really hate that this website has the numbers. I think nobody's going to complain if I go with Gabriel there. Naturally, Mr. Saliba, which is actually number 2. But yeah, let's slap Saliba's name in there. Right back's an interesting one, man, because my heart says, yo, Timber has to go out there. But I do think for the last few years, let alone this year, even against Chelsea, I think he looked a bit spent, and I don't really want the wear and tear kind of thing. Do you even... It's not realistic to... You never know. A couple days training, I don't think it's realistic to me with my limited knowledge as an Arsenal armchair expert to be saying Calafiori's going to start and whatnot. But maybe against Wigan is where his start comes, if I'm honest. So I'd probably go Hincapié. If anything, I might gamble with White. I really want Timber out there, but I'd understand, you know what? Benjamin White go out there, he's calm. So then that takes us into midfield, in which, again, we need to go over Mikel Arteta's press conference, because there could be no injuries. There could be injuries that I'm not really in the knowledge of. But yeah, let's just humour ourselves quickly. So move you lot over there. Left wing. We'll come back to that. If Saka's there, I'm going to go with Saka. I'm going to try and talk it to existence. If not, naturally, Noni Madueke. I'm going to go Havertz. The man said Havertz. You will be in the lineup. Spoiler alert. I'm going to go Gyökeres personally. Probably should have took the number 9 shirt. Kai Havertz, I'm going with you. I just want to see something a bit different. And do you know what, people? This position is making me, I wouldn't say nervous, but Nwaneri's not there, which could have been an option. Nwaneri's gone on loan. Merino's been injured, which he could have been an option. And we're going to miss that clutch gene from Merino as we're getting to the end of the season. But there's no Nwaneri. There's no Merino. His dynamics are very different to Odegaard's, but ain't really pulled up any trees per se, quote unquote. Odegaard, the same. I just think Havertz and Gyökeres, let's just be a bit cute and clever and play on that relationship, if I'm completely honest. What's this about? Obviously, a part of me, Norgard, you could be cheeky and go with Norgard, but I am going to go with Rice and Zubi, if I'm completely honest with you. Zubimendi. And left wing, I'm undecided. Do you give Eze an opportunity? I'm undecided, if I'm brutally honest. If you put a gun to my head, what 11 would I go out there with? I know people are saying Trossard's gone off the boil, but you've been our most consistent attacker this season, so I'm going to go with Trossard, if I'm brutally honest. So my 11 would be, I would prefer Timber, but obviously Raya, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié, Benjamin White, if we can't call upon Timber, Rice, Zubi, Havertz. If Saka's fit, then it's a Saka thing, but then again, the hip, you don't want to, especially as I know you can't think about next month, but you kind of want all of these players available. But I'm going to go with Saka and I'm going to go with Trossard, man. Yeah, Timber didn't train. That could be a precaution. That could be concerned. It could be concerning that obviously he's not training. He might not be there. Maybe he's got a bit too much minutes in the legs. Maybe, you know what, you lot are training on the training ground. He's doing a bit of rehab. That happens all the time, man. I might be able to get some tickets. If I can, I'll shout you. Please do, man. DG, watch us get Frank sacked. I want you lot to beat Spurs naturally, man. 100%. We need to hire Thomas Frank after Spurs sack him so he can get a medal with us in May. I don't know about sacking him, but he's more than welcome to be at the parade, man. And Solanke, man. Appreciate you, Els. Appreciate you. Salute DG in the nation. Come on. Maybe he plays a 4-2-3-1 with Havertz at attacking mid. I wouldn't rule out Kai Havertz starting. If I'm brutally honest, I wouldn't, as in not even necessarily starting here. He could start there. If Odegaard's fit, I see no reason why Arteta wouldn't start him. That's his guy kind of thing. With that being said, let's see exactly what the gaffer has said in his press conference, people. Pardon me. On if we'll get revenge against Sunderland tomorrow. Another opportunity to win, to be better than the opposition and earn the right to win the game. That's it. Great way of swerving it, innit? The statement is that we do what we have to do, and it's going to be a really tough match. I think they have been on an incredible run all season, which Sunderland have, and what they've been doing, so we know the complexity of this match. 9 points would be amazing, though. Do we think we'll go 9 points clear? But again, a lot of dominoes have to fall into place for us to come Sunday evening, Monday morning to feel really giddy. What we need to do is take our chances, because spoiler alert, Arsenal, City, all these teams, there's many twists and turns. We're going to drop points. Think about, a week is a long time in football. From August to now, 1 minute, nobody can catch Arsenal. This season actually started off of, I can't put the handbrake down. Arsenal are not on nothing. Liverpool look inevitable. It kind of changed. We got to that point. Remember that period of the season where Forget conceding goals and clean sheets. We weren't having shots on target. Oh, Arsenal's inevitable. Then it kind of creeped. Other stuff was creeping in. We lost against Man United. Oh, it's all crisis. The last 3 games been crap. Even when at that point, if you looked at it objectively, not even to say you can't be happy or sad, 10 games, 7 wins, 2 draws, and 1 L. That's decent form. But nonetheless, moving forward, we beat Leeds. Everyone, not that everyone forgets here, but everybody likes to conveniently forget that not City didn't just drop points. Aston Villa also dropped points. So now it's looking a bit more rosier. So left foot in front of the right. Just keep moving, man. Look at this guy, Marcel. Therefore saying some foolishness. Happy Friday, folks. We're there. Well, to be fair, maybe Marcel started all right. That's a great start. Where's the party at? Yak on deck listening to this armchair waffler. Bless up, DG. Hope you're well, my brother. Right back at you, Marcel, man. This guy. That's one of his kind of messages. We could go 9 points clear, or we could only be 3 points clear. Just got to perform. The rest will take care of itself. And that's all you can do. Win the games. Because for me, these next 2 games, I'm looking at them. Forgive me, Sunderland and Brentford fans, but obviously, when I saw the fixture list in August or before I see a ball's been kicked, it's not that these are not big games, but you're not going to be drawn at that time to Brentford at home or no, Brentford away. Apologies, Sunderland at home. But I do feel these are 2 of the most important games this season. Like looking forward, because they're both in great form. We've got a lot of lived experiences against Sunderland. The only thing that gives me a bit of confidence is Sunderland's away form is woeful. They actually don't concede that many corners, so we're going to have to do something from open play. But we need to win the game, and that's the most important thing, and that's the overriding factor. It doesn't matter what happens with Liverpool. Oh, gosh, he's frozen. Well, that's annoying. Are we still here? Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, but we're back now. I don't know why the screen went blank. It don't really matter what's happening with City and Liverpool or Aston Villa this, and I'm not letting Chelsea get away with this. Chelsea, again, Aston Villa, they're a like victim of their circumstances, if that makes sense. Because I look at Aston Villa being in this title shout. Remember our first title shout, like when we signed Zinchenko and Jesus, we weren't really we kind of got forced into it, like the world was saying it. Aston Villa stunk up the place at the start of the season. Their form generally has been superb. By default, they're in the title shout. Chelsea drew against us, granted, where they had an extra man in that. They said they're in a title shout. We can't let them forget that. We also can't let Liverpool forget the fact that they're the holders and whatnot, and all that money they spent. And, Klopp won the title. They sacked him. Well, sack's not the right word. He left. They got Slot, who also won a title. By default, they're in there as well. And for them lot, I don't know about all of them sides there, but if any of you dare to let Man United finish ahead of you, like the United side that got battered by Grimsby and out of all competitions, and they've got Michael Carrick now, uncomfortable conversations. Brentford and Sunderland are top half of the table. Can't sleep on them. Sleep on them at your own risk. You sleep on them, you're going to be in problems, people. On Liam Rosner's comments about our staff pre-match. I mean, Liam Rosner, shut up, man. And skin face shit. Your first touch was shit. Your creps are shit. Your tactics were decent at the start, and then they turned shit. You're just moaning. You talk the talk. I know why you got the job. You're a yes man. You clearly talk the talk. You walk the right walk. You're going to play whatever they tell you. Just shut up, man, and go manage your Chelsea team. Don't ever come to N5 and tell us. If my coaching staff, they could be right in your groove if they want. You don't pay no rent here, so suck your mum and shut up, man. Anyways, and get shin kick. Don't ever bring that shin kicker back to my stadium. Don't bring Enzo Fernandez. Stop gassing up all these guys. Cole Palmer, I don't know. You brought him off the bench. I don't know. Estavio's the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know. Shout to João Pedro. He's Brazilian. Forget all of that. I don't know. It's his opinion. And obviously, we respect everybody. And at any point, if one of the staff members went through that, we apologize. And that's it. It's very common in football, especially with the keepers, because they have to kick long balls and all that stuff. So nothing there to comment. Bro, he's trying to intimidate man for no reason. Arteta, he just doesn't like you. You beat him as a manager. Remember, I was at that 2014 FA Cup final. Psh, man said Liam Rosner, man. Nepto, baby. You only made it because of your dad, man. Shut your mouth, man. I used to like you as a guy, but you signed for them like you're doing too much. If you're a bad boy, make sure you still got that job a year from now. Because you're going to stink up the gaff. They're going to allow you because you're a yes man. They're going to sign some random players from wherever in the world, and you're just going to do what they're doing. Get out of here, man. Anyways, people, because you lot are getting me in trolling mode. Smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't. On Bukayo Saka's hip. His hip is getting much better. So, yes, hopefully very soon he'll be with us. Very soon, very soon. Arteta, you play a good game. But that tells me my initial feeling, take Saka out. Madueke on the right. You can't rule out Martinelli starting off that right-hand side, or give or take, you could move Trossard over there. So I'm not going to read too much into it, but that tells me we're trying to save Saka maybe at the earliest. next Thursday against Brentford. We did see some reports earlier that North London Derby is where we're looking at, man. So who knows in that regards, people. Again, 40 people in here, only 18 likes. Fix up DG Nation, smash the likes. Tell them again, man. Tell them again. Man said Friday, Poets Day. Piss off early tomorrow, Saturday. Fair enough, man. Big up everybody. We slept on Sunderland before, and look what happened. They aren't League One Sunderland anymore. We need to go out and play a solid game against them. Brentford want Confederations League, and why not? Brentford are a serious team, you know. Again, another team that's excelled. Again, if you look at the traditional top 5 and Spurs top 6, Man United, and I believe this, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, whoever I've missed out here, Brentford has done something that we can't guarantee any of these teams, including ours, will do. They lost their their captain in Norgard, the manager Thomas Frank. I know his reputation is taking a beating now because he's at Spurs, but he was rated heavy. He was doing his thing. And their star man in Mbuemo, they hired a member of coaching staff. Nobody ain't. I'm sure if you ask Brentford fans, they clearly miss Visa and Mbuemo and all these guys, but the recruitment's been spot on. They're doing their thing. And like Sunderland, they stand to overachieve on what was probably marked of them in August. So you sleep on them at your own risk. And the most beautiful thing about football is it's not Formula One. Obviously, if you've got better players, by default, you have more of a chance of winning a game. But it's 11 against 11. You never know what could happen. And obviously, our top 6 record hasn't been perfect. But if you look at this season and the last 2, arguably, the games that should be a walkover on paper or we should be getting 3 points, those have been the hardest. Wolves, whether it's because of Wolves or us doing foolishness, Wolves was one of the most toughest games we played this year. So yeah, man, I don't know, man. But yeah, on Odegaard and Timber, Martin again is getting better. It'll be a matter of days, we believe, and Jurian's fine. Is Martin Odegaard going to push to be involved? Is that, okay, he's fit, but I don't want to give you too much? Is it we're not going to risk him? Is that one where he's going to be on the bench and play no minutes? I don't know. He says Jurian Timber is fine. So if Timber is fine, I still think Timber looks a bit knackered, but I need these 3 points, man. And I always feel cool with the strongest team. I know we do a lot of talking. The squad is big and rotation and that, but come on, there's a natural hierarchy. Yeah. I do think White would cook though, man, with that ball over the top. But anyways, man, I'd go, yeah. So with what I think, Madueke, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Raya, Hincapié, Rice, Supermendi, Havertz, Gyökeres, Trossard would be my starting 11 so far. It's funny how reading this making me change my mind. Yeah, man, fuck his crepes, bro. Serves you right. I know you got a lot of money as a manager, but you're wearing white crepes. You thought you could pluck that out of the sky? Shut out, man. On the vibe around the place after beating Chelsea. Well, we're not going to be crying like Fufana, are we? Well, the energy that brings winning a big tie against a great Chelsea side and the fact that you install yourself in Wembley in a couple of weeks, obviously it's exciting. It's what we want. You could feel the excitement around our supporters as well, which is great. So yes, on to the next one now. On Dowman's availability, Max hasn't trained with us yet, so it'll still be a few weeks, I think, but he's getting better. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain could be about to go to Celtic. Apparently, he's been doing his coaching badges. I only mention that because for the last couple of months, he's obviously been training with our under-21 side. Crucially, apparently, there are no other injury concerns. On the 2-2 draw previously in November, they are extremely competitive, really well coached. They are very good individuals, very clear identity of what they want to do, where they want to take the game, and they're very good at it. You could obviously see the result they've had against the top side, so we know what to expect, but we need to deliver that tomorrow. On Mikel Merino being out, obviously it's a big blow. Mikel offers something unique in the team, but he's going to be out for 4 months, unfortunately. That's the first time, okay. Now you've told us. February, March, April, May. So earliest you come back late March, back end of May, and I'm sure he's going to be pushing himself because obviously you can only deal with what's in front of you, which is club football. But we all know we've got a World Cup to come, people. So yeah, 4 months with a very rare injury. So we need to support him, make sure that he's very connected with the team because he can still add a lot of value to the players and staff and keep him around. On the atmosphere at the Emirates tomorrow, the best. Tomorrow, 12:30, 2:30, the best atmosphere that we've seen. Everybody ready for 3 p.m. to exploit. That's what we want. We start to get into a really crucial part of the season, and we know that what every game means. We need to get into the stadium with that energy, all of us. On the priority with us fighting on 4 fronts. Yes, tomorrow, that's the priority, and the only priority. And the only focus that we have to put all our energy and commitment into, we will do that tomorrow and try to earn the right to win the game. Pardon me, on winning games the right way. For argument's sake, what is the right way of winning games? Because I want to see attractive, sexy football, 3-4 goals, but it doesn't make sense. any team at this moment in time, wherever they've placed, because every team's won a game in it. Well, to Wolves, they ain't won many, but every team's won a game. All of them wins haven't been pretty. Some have probably been sparkling football, what you want to see. Some have probably been smash and grab. Some have probably been, we really didn't deserve 3 points. What is the right way to win a game? It don't really make sense to me. It sounds great and aesthetic merchants, but what is a great way to win a game? Because if I get 3-4 managers in a room now just saying random gaffers' names, Pep Guardiola, Arsene Wenger, Michael Carrick, Jose Mourinho, what one guy thinks is the most important thing that his team needs, this one might think it's the least important. The most important thing is winning. The only right way to win a game is to get 3 points. No, because you can't argue with that. You got 3 points, you got to win. Anywho, man. Well, that's what we try to prepare every week, and every opponent is different and brings very difficult challenges, and we need to face them. We've been doing that for a lot of months now, and that's the thing that we have to continue to do and play with that hunger and that commitment every single game, because if we do, we have a big chance to win a lot of games. Onif Raya has been the most pivotal player. Obviously, when we are where we are, it's because individuals are doing so well, and certainly David has been immense for us since he joined us. This season, again, I think he's gone to a different level, very stable, really, really consistent, and he's a key player for us. On Kai Havertz's last couple of games, yes, we are really happy to have him. Again, he offers something very different to the team, and to be able to mix it up and for him to show the level that he's shown immediately after such a long injury is very impressive. So it's great. On how important it is for managers to stay calm while using the right body language, man, fuck off, man. And that's something that pisses me off as well. That's actually starting to piss me off, because I'm all for any manager. Like, everybody gets a right to a fair trial. Everybody should be criticized. Like, life needs to be fair, innit? Life needs to be fair. But I'm sorry, I'm an Arsenal man. Obviously, Wenger weren't animated on the touchline, but I've seen Jose, I've seen Pep, I've seen many a manager, Luis Enrique, and I don't begrudge them. Do you know how much stress a manager goes through? And if I was a player, if I see my manager living and breathing every kick, I'm on that. I love that. With Klopp as well. It's not even a Klopp thing, but nobody was saying anything. I'm sorry, but all this out of the technical area and all of this, I hear that. But when I'm seeing flipping Thomas Tuchel celebrations when he was at Chelsea, Enzo Maresca running to the corner flag when his team's banged, I'm not having it. And I'm not even saying he shouldn't. You should. That's emotions. What football's fucking about. Or Liam Rosner against West Ham. Fuck out of here, man. Don't take me for a dickhead. I know it's cool, it's great, it's lovely to poke fun at Arsenal. Arsenal fans will always react to it. It's jarring. I can't wait till football rhetoric moves beyond rage bait, and I mean that for the whole of football, man. Because if it's not broke, why fix it? Why do you think all these media platforms are going to clip up man saying madness in 30 seconds, or Sky Sports are going to go and get some weird wallies that are so happy, Mum, I'm on TV, to say some bullshit? You got Fat Youth saying that Gyökeres looks like he's playing in boot cuts like that Spurs fan. Very punchable face he's got, but yeah. Anywho, it is what it is. Fuck his body language, man. No one don't care about that. Anyways, you're moving mad, man. Calm down. But yeah. Let's continue, people. So I don't really care about the body language comment, man. On if an increase in shots from outside the box is a response to how teams have started off recently. Well, yes, the more density there is inside the box and the more contrast there is, the more difficult it is to score goals, especially in open play. So that's clear. So we have to find other ways, and I'm not surprised that the number is increasing. The quality of players as well is increasing. It happened in basketball, especially from 2s to 3s. What's that mean, basketball fans? And the stats are incredibly high. It was free flow and is free throw? Is there a 2-throw? I don't know, man. Basketball don't help me. And where's the Chicago Bulls? Have we? Yeah, I did check the last time, but yeah. It's not that easy here to score because of the distance and the crowd that is around the goal, but it's another weapon to have. On if he would take as many shots from distance as he used to influence of extra. I don't care about that, bro. Save that for the nerds. Big up Gabriel Heinze. We know he's lit. On the messages that he's been able to pass on Gabriel Heinze, we not. Well, I mean, he's not going to say he's doing anything different, innit? Yep, Miles Lewis-Skelly out defensively so we can see him get some games. On if it's helpful for players to hear it from someone who has achieved what he has, as it should be. I'm sorry, people, but you lot can read this yourself. I find a lot of these questions quite elementary and schoolboyish and probably a bit safe because you want to be there and they do feed you in the media pass at Eddie Emirates. Yeah. On this is the best group he's ever worked with. No, it would have been the City players when he's in his pomp. Maybe as Arteta as a manager, yeah, this is therefore the best group. Maybe there were some individuals from previous eras, yeah, but as a collective group with their hunger, their desire, their ability, the competencies of being able to execute what you want, you can't, not that you got a big case study, but 100%. I don't like comparing. It's an amazing group, obviously, and they're doing an incredible job so far. We're all very excited, and I'm very privileged to have each other. We're going to enjoy it now to the end of the season. We don't have much time to focus on it, noise from outside. We are so busy with games, training sessions, and planning that we are a bit far from that. But it's normal, and I think something very positive, whether it's positive feedback or not so well. I think we are here to learn and improve, and the fact that we are there is the most important thing at the end. On how he knows there's been a positive reaction in Europe to how he's playing. We have a lot of people coming here as well. And when I was in other clubs, I'd like to work with other people. I love having coaches here from different sports, from different countries as well. Some of them are not working that I admire. We can learn so much from them. On if he will change his man for Liam Rosiner. Duffy know for Friday. For Liam Rosiner. For Liam Rosiner. When we've gone to war with Klopp, we've played against Carlo Ancelotti. These kind of managers and many, the list goes on. For Liam fucking Rosiner. Stop asking the gaffer questions about this. What's going on? Smash the like button if you haven't. Is Eze the longest adapting PL proven player in history? Probably not, because you could argue City have had a bit more. I don't think it's adapted. I just don't think Arteta fancies you in the lineup at this moment, man. Idiot thing, man. Conte nearly had a fight with Tuchel. Wenger called the fourth official a disgrace to the federation and to F off. And man didn't shake Mourinho's hand in the Community Shield after we won. Bro, on form, Raya is the best PL keeper. Alisson has more pedigree. Donnarumma won PL and Euros. Alisson at his best. Donnarumma at his best. Raya at his best. Raya's top 5, but I think Donnarumma's a better goalkeeper than you. Raya's better, passing and all that kind of jazz, but Donnarumma's a better goalkeeper than you at the fundamentals. Alisson the same, and there's no shame in that, man, if I'm honest, man. Yeah, exactly. Arsenal were bantered for winning 1-0 for years, but they still won trophies. Chelsea fans calling us boring. 2015 Mourinho league was part of the bus for 38 games. Who cares if you're boring, bro? In life, you could argue boring is what makes or breaks you. Boring, discipline is boring. It's boring to do the same things every day and be disciplined. Who cares? Excitement, obviously I want excitement, but excitement breeds volatility. Excitement is subjective. I could be excited tomorrow and bored the next day. Boring, discipline, going to bed at X amount of time, eating at X amount of time. Obviously, whether you're going to work at a certain time or learn is good, but boring's good. Boring's good. Now, we know Arsenal fans and proper football fans that want to have conversations. Clearly, final third, open play, there's many things that could go up, but this narrative, boring, bro, boring it makes the difference. I don't know, and I implore you lot to stop reacting to these comments, and all of these things on social media, but you're not going to, innit? I understand that you love the club. All football fans love their club. You're going to buy it. But until we stop reacting to nonsense, viewership and engagement go down. These people are not forced to, simply put, think about what's going on, people. So, yeah, man, nobody don't care about what Liam Rosen is saying or any of this boring crap as well. Because boring's subjective. You can say Arsenal's boring, and I'll point you to how many games in the last year, in this season playing now, in all comps, or in the last few years, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but how many games can you say were entertaining? Football isn't football's subjective, because in many ways, I think it is entertaining. 9 times out of 10, probably what we're going to see against Sunderland. Defo, Arteta versus Pep. Elements, actually, of when we lost to Carrick, Man United against Arsenal. Every manager's got pedigree. There's not, in terms of management and style of play and philosophy and overthinking and all these things, the margins are small. Everybody's got a decent manager, give or take, even the ones that have been sacked. It's not like I'm only 30 in the early 2000s where you had your Fergusons, you had your Wengers, you might have a David Moyes or someone else, but there was an evident gulf. I can't tell you that's not entertaining, because it kind of is fascinating. But then all entertainment for me is obviously a lot of goals, attacking football end to end, normally chaotic and chaos. When you see, like I would say, City Fulham, for example, was entertaining. Obviously, United won, but United versus Fulham was entertaining. The other week, last week, City against Spurs was entertaining. Regardless of how the game worked out, do you think any of their managers care about entertainment? Whether they got 3 points, 1 point, or none? Do you think they weren't vexed about certain aspects? So by all means, call my team boring. We're not entertaining. We're not all of this and that and the third. Yeah, but there's a wider discussion for football. But that's not as sexy as cute, and it's not going to travel as much as the obvious pub opinions, if I'm honest. In fact, at this point, half the people in the pubs probably got better opinions than people with platforms. But anywho's, people, when we started believing this is going to be the year, Before pre-season has started, we start to prepare everything with the intention to be where we are and make sure the players are very convinced that we're going to achieve it and then go by day by day. That's it. On Granit Xhaka, the fact that he's came back is always a possibility in football. Obviously, he spent a lot of time away from his family, and it was a crucial part of the decision that he made when he left us. About the impact, not at all surprised because I know his character. And when you give him that role, he grabs it with a lot of authenticity and in an incredible way. And I'm very happy to see what he's doing. Anyone else reckon Granit Xhaka is going to end up being a gaffer? On if he could be a good coach in the future. If he decides to do that, I think he's going to be a great manager, yes. On if it feels different to be chased for the title rather than doing the chasing. I mean, ultimately, in the last few years, we've done that. We've been the chasers, we've done the chasing, and we've fallen short. It's just about getting the job done. Naturally, you are going to be aware of what's going on around you, but it doesn't matter that City dropped points against Spurs or Aston Villa if Arsenal didn't do their job. It doesn't matter, obviously, the previous week or the week before when we dropped points and other people kind of closed that gap. And you can see where I'm going this week and probably next week in every game until it's mathematically confirmed who's winning the league, who's in the champs, who's in the Conference League, the Europa League, who survived relegation, who's, saying hello to 40 games in the Championship next year. But again, it is what it is. Depends. I think we've been in both positions in recent years. At the end, you just have to focus on what you have to do. Try to perform every single day, and in May, we'll see what is better. Fair, 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 fair. So we can remove that. I did read Sunderland's manager stuff as well, people, but he did say we have to be the best version of Sunderland. Their away form's been horrible. We have to show the best version of Sunderland with an underdog mindset. They're playing at a huge level. They're impressive in the Premier League and outstanding in the Champions League. They are probably one of the best teams in Europe at the moment, so it's a tough challenge, but an exciting challenge. Fair enough. We spoke early in the season about different challenges. If we say we just want to win or we expect to win against the second part of the table, you might miss an opportunity to win against the first part of the table. I think it's still possible if you believe, and it's possible. So you have to have that confidence. What's going on here, man? Don't do that. So yeah, has he spoken about players being fit? Because there's a lot of noise about Granit and this one and that one. What's he said? There's no major update at the moment, but his presence around the team is still really strong. We look forward to having the best version of him back soon. On Nelson Ngolo, he'll arrive in the country later today. He's played a lot, so he's fit. Now it's a case of connecting with the team and in the squad. He could be available for Saturday. So, Sunderland got some surprises. No one care about what Liam Resner has said. We've gone over this. Saka's hip is progressing. Timber is okay, even though he didn't train. And Odegaard, it sounds a bit mixed, if I'm brutally honest. You all know that apparently we launched a daring last-minute bid to sign Goretzka on deadline day. Ultimately, it came to nothing. He opted to remain with Bayern Munich. He is a free agent at the end of the season. But while the club hasn't said this, and it's the media linking with people, but we've been linked with Goretzka, Tonali, Badon, a lot of central midfielders, which would make me happy. But for what it's worth, according to reports from Blin's Bayern Insider podcast, Arsenal were not just monitoring the situation, but actively intervened with a formal proposal shortly before deadline day. Arteta is said to be a long-term admirer of the German international, valuing his unique blend of tempo, physicality, and box-to-box dynamism, a bit like Aaron Ramsey in that regard. Attributes that have made Goretzka a mainstay in European football for nearly a decade. However, the move was ultimately complicated by the player's own desire for a structured exit from the Allianz Arena. While the allure of the Premier League is strong, Goretzka reportedly chose to decline Arsenal's late advance in favour of a clean break during the summer transfer window. And he's faced a turbulent period in Munich. He's found himself relegated to the sub-bench under Company. So, yeah, there's that. Spurs have joined the race. I mean, if you want to play for a team that will pay you well in London with no real pressure, great stuff. Apparently, Arsenal to break the bank on sensational 113 million double South American signing. Apparently, Arsenal have opened discussions to sign rising Brazilian star Bueno Bidon and could also spend a huge fee on a new central forward, according to reports. Do we really believe this? According to Court of Side, we've begun initial talks with Corinthians to set up a deal for Bidon. We're seemingly in pole position for him as they hold the strongest interest, they being us, while the move is the most advanced. Chelsea apparently are monitoring the situation. He's got 100 million euros release clause, but a report adds that Bidon could actually be signed for a fee far lower, which equates to about 30 million euros, 26 million quid. So, yeah. Bidon's not the only South American ace Arsenal apparently are eyeing, as they're also hoping to land Julian Alvarez from Atletico Madrid. We're prepared to break the bank for Alvarez by submitting a sensational bid worth at least 100 million euros. Alvarez apparently is prioritizing the move to Barcelona, but they could struggle to finance such a large deal. And apparently they want to sign Rashford permanently, giving Arsenal a great opportunity to get him. Fair enough. I don't know. And also Gabriel Jesus and Gabby Martinelli, on occasion, they're linked with like being swap players in a swap deal, if that makes sense. I want Alvarez in a cam. I want an 8 or a 6, or people that are more likely to compete or deputize or be provide different solutions. People that are more likely to play with or in place of a Rice or Zubamendi. I wouldn't be against certain creative midfielders, but I think there's enough there, man. DG, did you see the clip in social media from a Chelsea fan who cried because they got knocked out? Send me that, please, because no. People just hate us. They want us to fail and enjoyed us being 8th and in Wenger banter. Can't handle it. It's also football purist fans thinking ball has to be Jogo Benito. Boring stacks to papers. Trust. United think winning 3-2 is sustainable. I'd rather be boring. Eze hasn't been playing that well, but I still believe he'll come good. It took Perez a year. Good shout, man. I mean, and if he could be half the player Perez was or a quarter, you'll be all right. 2019 and 2020, Aubameyang will cook so hard in this team, so would Lacazette. I mean, Lacazette's probably better than all the strikers at this moment in time at our club, if I'm honest. Aubameyang on that left wing, oof, with Saka, oof. 2 and 3 pointers, depending on where you take the shot. Oh, fair enough. Pardon me, big up, love Arsenal, hate the Ops. You learn something new every day, if I'm brutally honest with you. I never knew that. I knew there was 3 pointers, but 2s. That's probably near the baseline. I did cover this in an earlier video, but Romano's confirmed Arsenal are keeping tabs on Tonali. He said on his YouTube channel, in the summer, keep an eye on Tonali. We will all tell you more soon. But there's Juventus interested. There are Premier League top clubs interested. So I'm sure for Tonali, the summer is going to be busy, very busy. With Arsenal, because Arsenal, and this is important, I told you also yesterday, Arsenal are interested in the player. Arsenal are considering Sandro Tonali, but there are more clubs in England and on Italy with Juventus. So at the moment, nothing at the moment is concrete. Also, because as his agent said, we'll have to see Newcastle's position. We have to respect Newcastle in the story. So let's see around the end of February, March, April, when agents in Newcastle meet to discuss what Newcastle will decide to do, people. We've been linked with another left back as well, people. Apparently, according to Blind, Arsenal are among the clubs that want to sign Sevenson from Dortmund in the summer of 2026. He's also been linked with clubs in Italy, as well as Arsenal and Leeds United, people. So I don't know whether we should read into that. I did cover that. That's more in relation to Tonali. We've been linked with an exciting kind of player based on this. Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool, as well as City, are all eyeing up Middlesbrough's, where's his name, man? The 17-year-old Cruz Ibe. Sources have told us Arsenal and Chelsea are pushing particularly hard for the prolific forward. Liverpool and City are also monitoring developments. So yeah, and Middlesbrough have lost a lot of academy players. I mean, if you can bring him in, why not? If he develops, great. If not, you can make a profit. Why not? Middlesbrough might be getting into the Champions League, might be getting out of the Championship into the Premier. You never know. But apparently, he's described as a 17-year-old with a blend of pace, power, natural finishing ability, and has been marked as a standout. With some at Newcastle, I'm reading 2 things. With some at Middlesbrough believing that he could become the most exciting striker to emerge from their academy in decades. We understand that Middlesbrough are fully aware of the mounting interest, but they remain confident they can convince Ibe that his long-term future lies at the Riverside Stadium. The club view him as a potential first-team regular within the next couple of seasons and are determined not to lose another homegrown gem before he has the chance to make his mark, people. What's this? Zubamendi names 3 clubs Arsenal must beware of in the Champions League. Specifically, what has our midfield maestro said? Qualifying, this is about winning it. I love that. This is about winning it. Qualifying is great, but we'll see who wins it. It's true that adapting to the league has been good, but I noticed that matches are very demanding, that everyone puts you under pressure, and that the level is very high. You should never count out Spanish teams. Barcelona reached the semi-finals last year. Real Madrid is Real Madrid. It's fun. You know one thing I love about football? We all understand that when someone just said Real Madrid is Real Madrid, it just makes sense, innit? Atletico has more than enough players. I don't know. The Champions League is different and anything can happen. And more time, it's the teams that look scrubby in the initial phases that are the ones that go all the way. So you have to be careful. That Middlesbrough kid looks good. Looks like a 90s striker. We need a Santi type profile in centre mid, in my opinion. I'd love that. Easier said than done. I don't mind the banter, guys. Don't have to regulate everything anti-Arsenal. It's boring. And for me, obviously, it's boring and it's tiresome. Like sometimes when I'm on these platforms, you don't know I fight a good fight. You've seen the clips, you know. I'm probably the people that are on the like them kind of platforms there. I think if I'm honest, all the other Arsenal fans are a bit soft and don't know how to articulate themselves and don't know how to do the low and deep block mind games. But it's boring. Sometimes I'm there. I know that like for me, I don't like arguing with idiots. You know, if I know you're wassing it, like Sometimes it gets enough, and I understand. Cool, you want your clips? Cool, I'm always away. You want your clips? You want your clips? Cool. Why do you think this is the game plan? Let them talk. You let them talk. Don't meet fire with fire. Let them talk. Oh, did you say this? Why did you say that? This and that, and then. And I can't lie. Even sometimes I watch them clips back. I'm like, I've got a bit of awe in it, and I'm a cheeky twat. Like I'm like, sorry, man. What team you support? He's like Fulham. All right, no worries. Move on. Even that, bro. I can't argue with no Fulham fan. Like, say it to man. I don't got 11. You would die to have 11 draws and be unbeaten. But that's what I mean. It's disingenuous. Like you can criticize how City achieved what they achieved, United achieved what they achieved, Arsenal achieved what they achieved. But bro, like, stop being dumb. Like, stop being dumb. Anyways, Arsenal are moving forward in their pursuit of Arda Güler, with steps being taken towards a possible summer deal from Real Madrid. I love him, but yeah, right. We've heard that old chestnut several times, people. Once again, we all know where Goretzka is concerned. He turned down a potential move. We'll never know the truth with Sandro Tonali and his agent, Newcastle and Arsenal. But this week we did hear David Ornstein say, Sandro Tonali's agent, there has been some conjuncture over who holds the real power. Had offered him to Arsenal. Arsenal looked into it. Then it was made clear there was absolutely no possibility. There were no club-to-club talks. And also, the Athletic have doubled down, regardless of the agent saying what he's saying. He's like, we spoke to Tonali's camp. So when they say camp, are they talking about, well, the agent is part of his camp, but is it agents? Is it his mom? Is it dad? It's got to be somebody close or close to him. Or they could be wassing. The agent could be lying. These lot could be lying. What's actually happening in the real world of football and what we're told and all these things, it's all mind games, really and truly. So we will just never know. Bayern Munich have been linked with Kai Havertz. Would you not do that, people? Arsenal are set to face significant interest from Bayern Munich this summer in one of their star players that would provide a marquee signing for the Bundesliga giants, people. We all know he's a key figure. He's made just one appearance in 11 months. But I can't lie, we did Kai dirty, bro. We ran you into the ground. You, Benjamin White, hopefully not Timber. We ran a couple men into the ground still. And when I think of Kai Havertz, maybe it's just me. I think Wolves. I want to say that Wolves game, we was all doing a watch along and the game was done. And obviously, footballers are fit. Obviously, the game is intense. But the way Kai collapsed, like he looks spent, it's like there's nothing left there. And it's been downhill since then, man. According to Fichales, Bayern, did I say it right? Pronunciation done yet? No, Fichales, we're trying, man. Bayern see Havertz as their star signing, needed to boost their European competitiveness next season, and the player's versatility is considered a key aspect of his suitability. I mean, if you get offered that you can't it's a weird one, man, because I would say for him, Odegaard, I don't think they're going to be sold. I do think, we need to be a bit hard. If we finally get over the line, it's one thing, and it's bloody been difficult. It's one thing getting over the line. It's another thing maintaining. So we are going to need to add quality and make some uncomfortable decisions. But I do think, and you could look at Liverpool, there's a reality. You sign bare players and it clicks. But this whole get rid of 6-man, 7-man, bring in 7-man, it's all thievery, innit? But I do think there are some decisions to make either this season, this end of this season, going into next season and season beyond that. Some players that we want to move on. There might be like 5 players we want to move on. Some that we're more on moving on than the others. But only certain man might get offers. This one might not want to leave. For example, I'm not saying, and he's wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong or suggesting this. Gabriel Jesus is within his rights to say, I want to stay at Arsenal. I want to compete. I've got a year left on my deal. I want to get my P's because I don't put a gun to my head or your head to offer me that. I want to become a free agent and see what that's saying. So it's a weird one because you have to look at it from the squad aspect, from the squad building aspect, from a finance point of view. Like I don't know why I said Odegaard, but I don't know how much we get for Odegaard, but you grab my man for 30 million. Obviously, he could become a squad player, but you could argue the system's leaving him. You got Wanyeri there, you got Eze, you could even hang on to a Marino. There might be a next one. He's on decent figures. Bearing in mind, we've just committed big figures to bring in certain players. We put people on new deals. From a sporting point of view, obviously that's Arteta's guy. The same goes with Kai. I think Kai has to stay for the squad, but I'd understand if there's a decent offer and they say, oh, you know what? We might never get an opportunity. And as much as I think Kai is a valued squad player and we would miss him to a degree, I look at it in the same way like Granit, in that these men are replaceable, like Granit, like we just haven't done what we needed to do in that left 8. Granit Xhaka is not, if you've got a Toni Kroos, a Xavi, Alonso, a Xavi, them kind of players, you're going to miss them. I wouldn't get rid of Kai. I would be more on one of Trossard or Martinelli departing, even though I wouldn't mind keeping both of them, bringing in another left winger. Both can't leave. Because if both leaves and one comes in, you ain't really looked after the depth, have you? But one of them needs to leave this summer, maybe the other one the next summer. If you could argue Trossard, his stock's never been higher. Maybe Martinelli, there's caveats with both, but the Kais, not Marinos, but the Kais, the Marinos, the Odegaards, the Havertzes, the Gabriel Jesuses. I'm saying these footballers because these are the ones that you get 10 Arsenal fans in the room. There's 10 different opinions, or there's 5 saying this and 5 saying the others, if that makes sense, people. Apparently, Bayern are said to see Kai Havertz as an ideal partner to enhance the performances of Harry Kane and their attacking core by providing unprecedented tactical flexibility, which he is. Whether you like Kai or not, there's a reason Tuchel likes him. He won the champs there. There's a reason Tuchel fucks with him. There's a reason Arteta likes him. Nagelsmann fucks with him. Like, he's very versatile in the modern day. And I couldn't begrudge him if he says, you know what? I've had a good time in England. I've won the Champions League with Chelsea. By God's grace, that's the same thing with Arsenal. You won 1-2 things. I'm going back to my homeland, super buy-in and all of that kind of jazz. But I might be looking at it from a balanced point of view. You know what, Arteta, don't worry. We're going to get you some players. But he's on 200 odd grand. Jesus is on 200 odd grand. That's 400, maybe even half a million, in wages that can be reinvested, maybe in some younger legs and things of that ilk. I don't know, people. It all depends on the fee. Because even if I got lie, if Bayern, even though we're making a loss, if Bayern say, boom, like for example, they just said, boom, 60 million on the table, I'll take it. I know we're making a 5 million or loss there, but you're never going to get that opportunity again. So yeah, while no price has been mentioned, Arsenal would likely demand in excess of 75 million euros. I don't think you're going to get that. I don't think Bayern would do that as well. And I just don't think it would be. I just don't think he'd bang, man. I don't think he'd bang. It sounds like nonsense. And there are rumors around him signing a new deal. Granted, some of those rumors say a 1-year extension. So when I see 1 year, I'm like, is that protecting resale value or whatever? I'm with you, DG, buddy. I want the Prem, but I really want the Prep Champions League title. Well, if you've got the Prem, and I know it's mad, I think the boys need the Prem. For you lot, I'm not saying you don't want to win the champs, but because of what we've been in the last 3 years and what we're in now, psychologically, I think you lot need to win that League Cup, not only because trophies is a trophy and silverware, you're playing City, you're at Wembley, psychologically that could help you. I think psychologically you man need the Prem. But if you're asking me as a fan, and with no context of everything with the champs and the Prem up to this point, and no clue of how it's all going to pan out, if you say DG on your left and your right, you got the Prem and champs, run me my biggies. Without any context of how the season pans out, nobody can talk to me anymore. I can die a happy lad. I've seen my team win the trophy. We should have been the first ones to do this thing out of these London clubs. We've been to the same amount of Champions League finals as them lot down the road. We moved to the Emirates for this very reason. We got to a quarters. We got to a semis last year. Real Madrid was a movie, man. Real Madrid was a movie. It was a movie. The first leg was more of a shock, and that was a movie. The second leg, it was more like, because I remember being on TalkSport, and I remember just looking around Lewis Skelly doing his thing, Saka missing a penalty and laughing, doing what he's doing, Marino, Odegaard involved, Saliba effing up, and we're getting on with it. I thought it must be like if you got kids, seeing them go university or get married or have their own kids. I was like, oh, this is a real coming of age. And then obviously everything got popped and shot down against PSG. I'm tired of that. Quarters, semis, maybe this year. And bro, if we got to the final, bro, I don't know, but we would have moved. If it was as white and black as what happened in that final, would have been the same case. Not only are we winning, we're having one of the most, in terms of scorelines, the most one-sided final. I don't know, man. Apparently, Arsenal have been given a clear path to sign in their dream summer transfer target after Barcelona made a decision that would seemingly rule them out of the race for one of Europe's in-demand stars. I bet you any money they've hoodwinked me. This about Julian Alvarez. Well, there you have it. A stumbling block for Arsenal has been the presence of Barcelona in the race for Alvarez, with the Catalans considering the 26-year-old as an ideal target. For what it's worth, I still think he goes over them sides. While Chelsea are also said to be pushing for the Argentine. Barcelona are considering offering veteran striker Lewandowski a new deal on reduced wages. They're looking apparently, Vlahovic. La Masia, tiki-taka team. Vlahovic. You make your careers look like Gabriel Jesus, but you do your thing. So, yeah, we got hoodwinked there by the same article. Chelsea apparently are willing to break the bank as well, according to reports in Spain on Mr. Alvarez. Again, anytime we're linked with a defender or in general, Miles Lewis-Skelly's linked with a move away, so we won't even give stock to those claims. Is there anything else? Big up Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. He could be getting to Celtic. Oh, what's this? Swear down. Arsenal have held talks with Bournemouth. I know you're lying to me, you know. Please be crypty. Please be crypty. Don't gas me. I need gassing. 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 I want that. I need that. When I see us rise up another French striker, it's over for the world. The world is resetting. Please. 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 Thank you. Everybody calm down. Calm down. Calm down, man. Everyone calm down. Calm down. You. Smash the like button. Calm down. What are you man smiling for? And you know what? I'm just excited because there's no credibleness. But nonetheless, Arsenal have already held talks with Bournemouth youngster Eli Krupti, according to French media. What French media? Please be L'Equipe. Please be L'Equipe. Just bring me Bawardi. Bring me this you. Arteta, you can have as many defenders as you want. We know the 19-year-old's been great. Get to the things. According to Media Foot, are they 30? Arsenal made contact with Krupti's reps back in autumn of 2025. This revelation comes in the wake of the youngster swapping agents. So he's got a new agent, and the next day he's linked with a move away. Oh, get out of here. He's now represented by Moussa Sissoko, who's the man that gave away a penalty against Liverpool in the Champions League final for them down the road, who also handles the affairs of Doué and Dembele. Arsenal discussions over the player took place with his previous agent, so you got to repattern that. As a result, there's now the sense that Arsenal may have fallen behind PSG when it comes to potentially signing Krupti, with Sissoko representing the Parisians' biggest stars. It's an easy link to make. Pardon me, it is thought that Krupti's decision to link up with Sissoko is a significant hint that he could be on the move sooner than Bournemouth may have anticipated. But then again, he has exceeded expectations this term. Still needs to go up the levels in terms of consistency, but yeah, man. So it's a bit of a mixture of him replacing people at PSG, him changing agents, Frenchman linked with a French club. Obviously, Arsenal's historical French ties. Yeah, man, you're just on nonsense, man. Who wrote that article? Who wrote that? Tom Webber, you're a piece of shit for that one, man. Arsenal are set to pursue a deal for Newcastle midfielder Tonali this summer. I mean, we've seen this, but let's just see what it means in relation to the summer. We've now been informed that Tonali himself told his agent, Giuseppe Rizzo, to contact Arsenal, which prompted Mikel Arteta's side to explore a potential transfer following the news that Mikel Merino will be sidelined for several months with a serious foot injury. Chelsea and Manchester City have also been linked with a move for the midfielder in recent days, but we understand that Arsenal is Tonali's preferred destination. Furthermore, the Gunners are keen to bring him to North London, and sources have revealed that Arsenal are very likely to pursue a deal this summer. I do think someone's got to leave. Kai Havertz's contract talks. Football Transfers also understands that negotiations are ongoing over a new contract for Kai Havertz. The German international's current deal is due to expire in 2028, and sources have indicated that talks over a one-year extension are moving in a positive direction. He's only played 6 times this season, and apparently Jurien Timber is also in talks. So there's hella nonsense, man. Odegaard swap deal with Xhaka, one last dance. You're going mad. Gyökeres for Alvarez. Nah, man, just make Alvarez number 1. Gyökeres, you're the number 2. Pattern up midfield, and we're gone. We're gone. We have a chance at the champs, but let's take it one game at a time. You got to play it by ear, man. You got to play it by ear. If Toon don't get Champions League again, or even Europe, he should leave. Howe might get sacked too. Newcastle been stinking up the place, man. If I'm completely honest, man. Pub man, mainstream pundits, defo, 100%. 100%. Not in the World Cup squad, so no. DG's acting like he's opening the FIFA pack. Krupti would be cold for ball. He can play on the left, he can play on the right, he can play up front, he can play in the 10. He'd be good to have in the squad because he's going to be 100 million worth player, man. Left wing is needed. That's my priority. If we don't sign a centre mid and a left winger, we're not serious for next season, regardless of how this pans out. I don't know if I'm greedy. I want all 4 trophies. Be greedy, man. Be greedy. Vlahovic in 2026, surely not. Oh, man. Yeah, get Timber the new deal. He's a boss at right back. DG is his idol, allegedly. Come on. I inspired Duns, man. Prem shuts up the haters. So does Champs, though, bro. I think Bayern take the Champs. They're defo up there, man. You can't call it, though. For me, you can't call it because PSG no one was really ranting and raving about them in the league phase. You don't know what it's going to look like, man. You don't know who's going to be fit. You don't know what every team's form is going to be saying. how managers are going to react if there's spanners in the work, how they're going to, because some men are going to put on paper, the first leg is going to look like it's put to bed, second leg there's comebacks, or vice versa. You get where I'm going. It's too early, man. It's going to be Jesus and Nelly taking the hit, both to Atletico. Nelly one will hurt, but it's almost 100% pure profit. How often do you see swap deals? Much less two, man. And if you're Atletico Madrid, you want if Alvarez is going, you're not trying to hear nothing under 100 odd million quid. How much does Gabriel Jesus and Martinelli knock off whatever price tag? Because you're still going to want P's. Because if I'm Atletico, cool, give me Jesus. I'll have him to go with Ademola Lookman. Give me Martinelli. But you still got to run me something. You still got it. So it all depends how much Atletico Madrid, in theory, for this, would value Gabriel Jesus in isolation, would value Martinelli in isolation, how Arsenal value those two, how much Atletico want on top of that, how much, if any, Arsenal are prepared to pay. For me, I take more stock. For what it's worth, all of these rumours appear nonsense in it, but I more believe Arsenal are going to break the bank and spend 100 odd million on Alvarez. Then I believe, the swap deal things, they're a rarity. Don't mean it's unlikely, but they're a rarity, man. Big up love. Arsenal hate the ops. My King Kai. Haters suck an egg. It's the nicest insult I've ever heard. Could Alvarez work at Arsenal? If Arsenal win the Prem to improve, we need more goals. Next summer, teams will be looking to improve. Who do you want? Who's your number one? I more want a left winger than a striker, but Alvarez, I'm for that. You can play up front. You can play on the left. You can do your thing. Leeds versus Forest tonight, and Leo playing. Oh, yeah, I don't want to get sanked. I need to do my FPL in a bit. Don't care how deluded it is. Get Vinny Jr. on the left this summer. Get the free Gabs to tap their compatriot up. Yeah, but I'd be on it, even though I don't think it's going to happen. But some fans on this always got poor attitude, man. How many stars have good attitudes? And again, for Arteta in his development, it's fair to say that whether he stays at Arsenal long term, he's going to or go somewhere else, he's going to be great. At some point, you're going to have to deal with these difficult characters. Pep's had to, Wenger's had to, Jose's had to, Ferguson's had to. I know the game's changed, but you're going to have to. You might have another, not that how it ended, but a Aubameyang situation, or you have to govern that. You have to, especially in today's day and age where player power has never been at its strongest. Unless your club puts total confidence in you as a manager, you kind of have to play the game, man. You have to. So for Arteta's development, that's him. We'd all love it. Man said Cristiano Ronaldo left wing, not in 2026, man. Arsenal mutants ain't gonna like Vinny, bro. They'll like him. He puts the ball in the back of the net. Smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, folks. But with that being said, I'm sure you lot are bored now. What's the point boring you lot? You lot go do things on your Friday. Unfortunately, we won't be doing a watch along for Arsenal versus Sunderland tomorrow. We will, however, a couple hours after it's done, we'll have a reaction. So make sure you join me over there. We're back on the watch along grind for Thursday against Brentford. We will be watching Liverpool against City as well, people. So yeah, man, it's always been a pleasure. Hope you and your loved ones are in great health. Have had a great week. Have a better weekend. And then what's left of 2026, I hope you lot stay healthy and all those good things, people, man. Appreciate you lot. And on that note, smash the likes, subscribe, stay safe, stay blessed. One love.
Like